With the India Alliance's coordination committee meet all set to convene, already there appears to be a friction amid some of the alliance partners. On the one hand, the party chiefs say that they are united in their fight against Prime Minister Modi and the BJP. On the other, however, their names are now being pitched for the prime ministerial position. Earlier in the day, Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, met the Sri Lankan President, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who asked her if she will be at the helm of the India Alliance. She can be seen laughing at that particular question with a cryptic statement saying that it all depends on the people. Let's listen into that very interesting interaction.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Are you going to lead the opposition alliance?
Oh my God.
You're all wondering, huh?
It depends on people, you know.
Is she going to lead the opposition alliance?
Sir, opposition may be position also.
Well, Mamata Banerjee clearly isn't the only one in the race of prime ministerial hopefuls. JDU leaders have repeatedly pitched the name of Mr. Nitish Kumar as the ideal choice to lead the nation in the event that the India Alliance is voted in.
नीतीश कुमार इस देश का अगला प्रधानमंत्री है और मैं विकास पुरुष तो है ही और मैं कहता हूं कि अगला प्रधानमंत्री है और मैं इतना आपको बता देना चाहता हूं, देश टकटकी लगा करके नीतीश कुमार जी के ऊपर देख रहा है।
ऐसा नेता इस देश को, बिहार को दिया है जो पूरे देश का, बिहार का नेतृत्व तो कर ही रहे हैं, पूरे देश का नेतृत्व करने के लिए आज खड़ा है। यहां से विधायक भी रहे, वो 5 बार सांसद भी रहे, कृषि मंत्री रहे, भूतल परिवहन मंत्री रहे और इतने दिनों तक केंद्रीय सरकार में मंत्री रहने के बावजूद आज तक किसी माई का लाल का साहस नहीं हुआ कि नीतीश कुमार के कपड़े पर कोई दाग दिखा दे।
Now, a short while ago, we also had the opportunity to speak to the Congress's Acharya Pramod Krishnam. He tells Times Now that either of the two Gandhi siblings would be a good choice for the prime ministerial face, who should belong, in his opinion, to the Congress party.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के अंदर ये सवाल है कि हम लोग चाहते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री के पद का उम्मीदवार घोषित हो, वो कांग्रेस पार्टी का नेता हो, क्योंकि कांग्रेस पार्टी ही अकेली ऐसी पार्टी है जो पूरे देश में राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर बीजेपी से लड़ रही है और एक से अधिक राज्यों में जिसका कार्यकर्ता, जिसका संगठन, जिसकी सरकारें हैं। बाकी कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ऐसी नहीं है जिसकी सरकारें एक राज्य से दूसरे में हो या ज्यादा कोई दखल हो। देखिए, कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेताओं से कई बार बात हुई है इस बारे में तो लोग एक मत से चाहते हैं कि भाई राहुल गांधी बहुत संघर्षशील नेता हैं, उनको होना चाहिए। और अगर राहुल जी इसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं तो फिर सबसे ज्यादा लोकप्रिय चेहरा प्रियंका गांधी का है। प्रियंका गांधी को अगर प्राइम मिनिस्टर के पद का उम्मीदवार बनाया जाता है तो चुनाव में एक बहुत ज्यादा रोचकता आएगी।
Now, some of the other constituents of the India Alliance say that all outstanding issues will be taken into account and discussed in the meeting.
अभी तो एजेंडा वहीं पे पता चलेगा। फिलहाल जो बाकी 4 वर्किंग ग्रुप्स हैं उन्होंने अपना तो काम पहली मीटिंग उन्होंने की है। अब उनके क्या सुझाव होंगे और सीट शेयरिंग को लेके अब थोड़ी सी तो हमें शुरुआत करनी चाहिए। कोई क्या फॉर्मूला इख्तियार होगा और नए मेंबर किस तरह इस ग्रुप में लाए जाएंगे, इन सब चीज़ों पे मुझे लगता है बातचीत होनी चाहिए।
आज इंडिया अलायंस की जो मुख्य समिति बनी है, जिसका नाम कोऑर्डिनेशन कमेटी है, उसकी बैठक है। शाम 4 बजे शरद पवार जी के घर पे हमारी बैठक होगी। आम आदमी पार्टी की ओर से मुझे वहां चुनकर भेजा गया। उस समिति में मैं जरूर पार्टी की ओर से, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की ओर से अपनी बातें रखूंगा और मुख्य तौर पर क्या वो एजेंडा होगा इस अलायंस का, वो कैसे हम लोगों के बीच लेकर जाएंगे, चुनाव प्रचार कैसा होगा, सीट शेयरिंग कैसे होगी, इन सारे विषयों पर विस्तार से चर्चा करेंगे।
Well, let me introduce our guests. Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is with us, as is Kapish Srivastav, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But first and foremost, let me in fact go across to my colleague, Niyamika, who's outside Sharad Pawar's residence in the national capital as we speak. Niyamika, some senior leaders of the India Alliance have already begun arriving. Tell us about what's likely to come up for discussion.
Absolutely, as this is the crucial meeting of the India Alliance Coordination Committee, which is currently underway at 6th Janpath, which is the official residence of NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar, as many of the leaders, senior leaders from all of these opposition parties have started gathering here. However, the Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren is yet to arrive here at 6th Janpath, and he's also on his way, and he will join all of these leaders very soon. But the meeting is officially being started here at 6th Janpath, and it is being told to us that there might be a press conference at around 6 to 6:30 p.m. in which they will tell us that what all discussions have taken place in the first coordination committee meeting, which is currently underway at 6th Janpath, as it is being told to us that there are several issues which are going to be taken up, which also includes the seat sharing formula, as they need to discuss about the differences which are being there among several of the parties, which also includes the Congress and TMC, or Congress and Aam Aadmi Party. TMC has some kind of differences with left parties. So
right, Niyamika, we'll come back to you for some more updates on what actually transpires during the course of that meeting. The India Alliance also expected to hold a press conference at approximately 6 o'clock. In the meantime, let's in fact go across to our guests. Let me first start with Mr. Srivastav. Mr. Srivastav, I'm sure आपने सुना होगा कि ममता बनर्जी ने रणिल विक्रमसिंघे, जो श्रीलंका के प्रेसिडेंट हैं, उनसे क्या कहा जब उनको पूछा गया कि क्या वो इंडिया अलायंस की लीडर बनेगी. शी डिड नॉट रूल आउट द पॉसिबिलिटी. तो अब तक एक डिसीजन लेना बाकी है कि इस इंडिया अलायंस को कौन लीड करेगा.
डिसीजन लेना नहीं, बाकी डिसीजन हो चुका है, और वो डिसीजन ये है कि जो इंडिया अलायंस है, ये हमारे अलायंस के जितने भी मेंबर हैं, ये सब जब हम जीत के चुनाव आएंगे तो ये निश्चय कर लेंगे कि हमको कौन लीड करेगा. बाकी सभी सामूहिक रूप से हमारा नेतृत्व है.
Right, I just need to interrupt you for a moment, Mr. Srivastav. I'm so sorry, because we also have to turn our attention right now. Do stay with us in preparations, of course, to the Prime Minister's arrival at the BJP headquarters after the successful completion of the G20 summit. He's, of course, headed there for the CEC meeting to decide on candidates for the Chhattisgarh as well as Madhya Pradesh elections. But after the conclusion of the G20 summit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his party will, of course, shift focus now to electoral business, especially in the poll-bound states. The BJP headquarters will today be a hive of activity, as ahead of the Central Election Committee meeting to decide on candidates for Madhya Pradesh as well as Chhattisgarh. Thousands of party workers have already begun gathering at that particular venue to accord him a grand welcome, to in fact celebrate the achievements in the G20 summit. Let me in fact immediately go across to Pragya, who's at the BJP headquarters as we speak. We'll come back to Pragya in just a short while, but Mr. Anurag Thakur, the Minister for Information and Broadcasting, held a press conference a short while ago to update us about some of the decisions taken during the cabinet meeting as well. Let's listen in.
आज कैबिनेट की बैठक में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की अध्यक्षता में जो G20 बहुत सफल उसका आयोजन हुआ. G20 के सफल आयोजन पीएम के कुशल नेतृत्व और दृढ़ इच्छा शक्ति का एक प्रतीक भी है. न्यू दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन में आम सहमति बनाना ये अपने आप में दिखाता है कि भारत की बढ़ती ताकत. आज भारत ग्लोबल एजेंडा सेटिंग में अहम भूमिका निभा रहा है. भारत ने सदा इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ की बात कही, G20 फोरम को और इंक्लूसिव बनाने की बात कही, और अफ्रीकन यूनियन का G20 में शामिल होना ये उसको सिद्ध करता है.
Well, Pragya as well as Akanksha are now live with us from the BJP headquarters. Akanksha, if you can hear me, coming to you first, do take us through the preparations already underway. We're of course inching towards 6:30 when the Prime Minister is expected to arrive, but obviously a lot of enthusiasm among the party cadre who've gathered at the BJP headquarters.
Well,
Absolutely. After the historic success of G20, now BJP workers as well as leaders, as you can see around me, have gathered here in huge number to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. As you said, he's going to arrive here at the headquarters in about more than 1 hour. But you can see the energy here. Placards have been placed here. Huge hoardings are here showing PM Modi with the leaders at G20 summit. A lot of party workers have also gathered here. Let me go speak to them. PM Modi थोड़ी देर में आने वाले हैं, क्या कहेंगे?
मैं मोदी जी को भगवान राम से कंपेयर करता हूं आज की डेट में। G20 में दुनिया के 20 देशों के साथ जिस तरह से इस कार्यक्रम को सारे देश के लोगों ने मिलके, पर्टिकुलरली एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के लोगों ने मिलके, पॉलिटिकल लोगों ने, हमारे पुलिस प्रशासन ने जिस तरह से मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाया है, मैं तो सीधा सीधा कंपेयर करता हूं कि विलक्षण प्रतिभा के धनी है ये, या आम आदमी नहीं कर सकता।
कितना बड़ा सक्सेस मानते हैं G20 को?
बहुत बड़ा आयोजन है। आज मोदी जी के सफल आयोजन के कारण भारत का नाम विश्व में सबसे ऊंचा हुआ है। आज पूरे विश्व में भारत का डंका बज रहा है, वो मोदी जी के कारण बज रहा है। आज हम सब लोग गाजियाबाद से उनका स्वागत करने आए हैं। हम सब कार्यकर्ता बहुत उत्साहित है। आज हर भारतीय गर्व महसूस कर रहा है कि मोदी जी के कारण हमारा नाम पूरे दुनिया में हुआ है।
कितना जोश है यहाँ पे? PM मोदी आने वाले 1 घंटे में
बहुत ज्यादा जोश है। जिस तरह से G20 का कार्यक्रम हुआ, ऐसा वर्ल्ड में कभी नहीं कार्यक्रम हुआ। और मोदी जी के साथ पैर से पैर, कंधे के साथ कंधा मिला के चल रहे थे जो बाहर से लोग आए हुए थे। आज इतनी खुशी है कि ऐसा PM हमारे नरेंद्र मोदी जी कभी भी नहीं हो सकते, और ये हमेशा इस तरह के कार्यक्रम कर रहे हैं। और मोदी जी के लिए हम आज भरपूर स्वागत के लिए यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हुए हैं।
काफी खुश दिख रहे हैं आप। क्या महत्व था आपका G20 के लिए?
हमारा ये महत्व था कि हमारा देश में नाम हुआ है। हम अपने देश पे गर्व करते हैं, भारत पे गर्व करते हैं कि हमारा देश का लीडर ऐसा है जिसने पूरे वर्ल्ड में अपना नाम कमाया, हमारे भारत का नाम ऊंचा किया है। मोदी जी ने हमारे देश का नाम रोशन करा है, और भारत देश का नाम है, हमारे गर्व है। आज हम अपने को भारतवासी कह सकते हैं कि हम भारत में रहते हैं। मोदी जी ने G20 से ना हमें ना सब कुछ ऐसे कर दिया कि हम लोग ने जो चीज अलग समझते थे, आज कुछ भी अलग नहीं है। आज हमें बहुत गर्व है कि हम भारतवासी हैं।
Well, you heard the ladies here. The excitement is high, the josh is high, and the BJP workers as well as leaders here are waiting for PM Modi to welcome him, to congratulate him for hosting the successful G20 summit.
Of course, Akanksha, the enthusiasm quite evident among the party cadre who've gathered there. Pragya, also give us an insight into what we can actually expect when the Prime Minister arrives there.
Siddharth, a very important tidbit that I'll give you vis-a-vis today's this event. You know, on this day in 2013, the BJP named Narendra Modi as its prime ministerial candidate for 2014 Lok Sabha election. That was a historical day. It was on September 13 that this decision was announced. Rajnath Singh was the president of BJP. So it's a very important, it has a significance. This day has a significance as well. Very historical day when BJP started growing. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when he became the prime ministerial candidate for the BJP, he said in his very short speech that he will give full dedication to ensure that BJP will win elections in Lok Sabha as well as in Assembly. And from that day, BJP has not looked back. It may have seen some electoral losses, but overall it has gained over a period of time since then. So that was why this day is very important is we also need to understand why this September 30th, this whole arrangement here, people have gathered here. They are sort of looking at having a glimpse at Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They believe Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken the party and nation ahead. If we can speak to a few of the women, in fact, women supporters here, women had been a very strong voting bloc for the BJP. It has emerged as a very strong voting bloc of the BJP, and Prime Minister has significantly asked the party to take care of the women voters as well, because they feel that this is the 50% of the population and there needs to be looked at what they need. In fact, this should be included in the policy. Ma'am, आप कितने excited हैं यहाँ पर आप आए हैं आज? आपको लगता है G20 बहुत बड़ा आपका हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट रहा है?
देखिए, ये हमारी शुभ अवसर है कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री श्री मोदी जी ने इतना बड़ा इवेंट करा जिसमें इतने सारे देश आए और उन्होंने अपने तरीके से बताया कि वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, ये पूरा संसार एक, पूरी सृष्टि जो है ये एक परिवार है और हमें सबको मिलकर रहना चाहिए। जो बाइडेन जी आए अमेरिका से, ऋषि सुनक आए इंग्लैंड से, कनाडा के प्राइम मिनिस्टर आए, इतने सारे प्रधानमंत्री और प्राइम मिनिस्टर आए, प्रेसिडेंट्स आए, आपका अफ्रीका का जो पूरा यूनियन था उसके वो आए, आरबीआई जो डब्ल्यू हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसके सचिव आए, इन सब ने एकजुट होकर 100% सपोर्ट दिया है मोदी जी को, जिससे हम भारतवासियों का गौरव बढ़ा है। और हम सोचते हैं कि विश्व में हम तीसरे स्थान पर बहुत जल्द पहुंचते जा रहे हैं और हमारा ये जो सिद्धांत है कि एक धरती, एक माँ और हम सब मिलकर इस मानव जाति को श्रेष्ठ बनाएं। धन्यवाद।
I would say the supporters are quite well informed about G20 here. We can see there are large hoardings on the walls where the BJP has said that मोदी है तो मुमकिन है, and G20 सम्मेलन में दुनिया का मान बढ़ा है. Obviously the party is very proud how the G20 presidency unfolded, and we had some historical moments. We have given some legacy to G20 grouping as well. We had included African Union at par with European Union as well. The people here are quite thrilled. They are wearing BJP caps. There are flower petals distributed. There will be a short. We can't say this is a roadshow, but Prime Minister would be coming here, and from that bridge onward, there's a 200-meter distance from where people will be. Supporters, in fact, will be on both sides of the road throwing petals on Prime Minister, welcoming him. There are senior leaders here. Apart from CEC members, there would be some cabinet minister and union minister who will be present here. It's a very big, momentous occasion for BJP, and we have to, BJP believe that it will be foolhardy for anyone to assume that the success of this G20 presidency won't be reflected in upcoming polls or in 2020 Lok Sabha polls. BJP will surely try to leverage this success of the presidency and will, project Prime Minister as not just the head of the nation, but as a leader who is emerging as a global leader on which, behind whom many countries are rallying around, and also trying to project that India is the country who is giving solutions to the global problems, to the world's problem, and it is under the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership that India is doing that. Right. So the success of G20 presidency importance is very important in this context. This is going to be leveraged by the BJP in not just assembly polls but in Lok Sabha polls.
Keep coming back to you because there's still another hour and 15 minutes left for the Prime Minister to arrive at the BJP headquarters, but our guests are also with us. We thank both of them for their patience. Mr. Srivastav, I'm sorry I was not able to allow you to complete your point, but if we could just turn our attention right now to India's G20 presidency and the upcoming CEC meet that the Prime Minister will preside over with respect to candidates for the upcoming Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh elections. Zara G20 के बारे में बात करते हैं. आपका क्या फीडबैक रहा है G20 के सक्सेसफुल कंप्लीशन पर? क्या आप बायपार्टिजन पोजीशन लेना चाहेंगे इस मामले में और कहेंगे कि एक सक्सेस था?
नहीं, इसमें कहीं दो राय नहीं है कि G20 सम्मेलन जो आयोजित हुआ इससे देश की प्रतिष्ठा और मान सम्मान बिल्कुल बढ़ा है, लेकिन दूसरी तरफ मैं ये जरूर कहना चाहूंगा जहां 900 करोड़ का बजट रहा हो वहां 4100 करोड़ का बजट कर देना, चांदी और सोने के तस्तरी में परोस करके देना, जहां हम हंगर इंडेक्स में 113वें पोजीशन पे खड़े हों, जहां देश में भूखमरी हो, जहां लोग इतने गरीबी और बेरोजगारी और महंगाई से परेशान हो, वहां सब कुछ इंडिया शाइनिंग दिखाने की आवश्यकता नहीं होनी चाहिए। आपने देखा होगा अगर इसका कंपैरिजन करें 2008 से लेकर के जितने भी ये G20 सम्मेलन हुए हैं, विदेशों में कहीं इसके 6 गुना 7 गुना कम खर्चे के अंदर G20 सम्मेलन किया गया। इस सम्मेलन से हमें हासिल क्या हुआ? जहां अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति जो है वो वियतनाम जा करके वहां संबोधित करके प्रेस यहां मिलता है, वो इंडिया पे.
You made a point, sir. Charu Pragya, of course, you've also been waiting very patiently. How do you respond to Mr. Srivastava's comment, who claims that the organization and the celebrations around the G20 was very disproportionate? That's point number one, because a huge amount of money was spent, and that it also detracted attention from some of the serious issues facing the people of India.
It's very sad that some of our opposition leaders still want to indulge in petty politics, wherein this has been one of the biggest diplomatic victories for our great nation. And I can understand in logo ki angur khatte hain, because at the time of hosting the Commonwealth Games, the kind of news that was written about India was terrible. People were talking about dogs, people were talking about a toilet paper roll which was being sold at a crazy amount of money. I don't remember exactly, was it 19 times higher than the estimated budget at that point of time? And what was left behind? Just dug up roads and complaints all around and massive corruption, full stop. G20 this time has been the crowning glory. And this is the first time ever that 83 paragraphs of the Delhi Declaration had 100% consensus. Maybe the opposition missed that. They should have gone through it and then they would realize what a huge diplomatic victory this is.
No two views about the fact that that was a big achievement. In fact, even the German envoy today is on record for having congratulated Mr. Amitabh Kant for having forged that consensus as well. Let me in fact take this across to my colleague Akanksha, who's currently at the BJP headquarters. Akanksha, what was also very interesting to see about the gathering of BJP supporters at the headquarters was the huge number of women who are currently present there. You also had an opportunity to speak to some of them. Tell us about the mood there at the BJP headquarters in the build-up to the Prime Minister's arrival.
Well, absolutely. In just some time, Prime Minister is going to arrive here. Let me take you through the hoardings that have been put up here. It has pictures of Prime Minister with the top leaders of the world. With you can see in the visuals Joe Biden as well as Rishi Sunak with Modi hai to mumkin hai G20 सम्मेलन में दुनिया में भारत का मान बढ़ा है. So all these hoardings have been put up here ahead of Prime Minister's arrival here at the BJP headquarters. We have a lot of people joining here. Sir, कहाँ से आए आप?
हम आए हैं जंगपुरा विधानसभा से.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर थोड़ी देर में आने वाले हैं. G20 समिट के होने के बाद पहली बार उनका विजिट है बीजेपी हेडक्वार्टर.
G20 पूरे वर्ल्ड में नाम हो गया नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का. पूरे वर्ल्ड में दिखा दिया कि कोई नरेंद्र मोदी जी प्राइम मिनिस्टर, देश की आज़ादी के बाद पहला प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी है जिसने हिंदुस्तान का नाम पूरे वर्ल्ड में कर दिया.
क्या कहेंगे आप?
बहुत बढ़िया जी, बहुत बढ़िया. G20 बहुत बढ़िया जी, बहुत बढ़िया.
So as you heard, people are quite excited. कहाँ से आए हैं आप?
मैं गौतम बुद्ध नगर के कस्बा मंडी श्यामनगर से. कुलदीप.
Excited हैं उनके आने पे?
बहुत ज़्यादा.
So this is the excitement. The josh is high here. In just some time, Prime Minister is going to arrive, and hundreds of party workers have gathered here to welcome him, congratulate him on the success of G20 summit. Back to you.
Right. I'd urge Akanksha as well as Pragya to stay with us, and also our guests. We are just slipping into a short break right now. We'll continue our coverage of this on the other side. Stay tuned.